interested to find out that this dead space is now suddenly being redeveloped.
Maybe. I guess Genki will be leading the way over to the dead docks to find out where the market area is to go ahead and start asking questions.
Yep. The market area is not that far. It's a good 15-minute walk from that harbor area where you were, like the old shipping area. This is a broken down area. It's got a lot of like repurposed metal plating and corrugated steel that have created like little shanties. Um, there are there's buildings that have been repurposed by boarding them up, and they now have entrances, and things are going, things happening behind closed doors. So this is definitely a dangerous, very black market area. It's known to be that way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not any food stalls though, right?
Right. So let me give you the oh yeah, there's definitely food stalls. Let me give you
Okay.
the since we're doing the introductory scenario, let me give you the flavor text. While
Okay.
it's probably technically still owned by some company, the ruined shipyard pier known as the Dead Dock hasn't been visited by anyone in authority for more than a decade. Now we know that's not true. Okay. It has become a community of rejected, one of many places in the megacity where the have-nots gather, steal some power and net access, and set up trading posts in some hovels. Several ancient vessels are still moved to the docks. They won't sail over again, but the lights and fresh graffiti show that they are still active and used as shelter. Under the immense tin roof that is the shields, most of the cavernous hall from the most of this cavernous hall from the acid rainfall. Those who have been pushed out of normal life have created a life of their own. They welcome people like you here. They might have something to sell or something to say, seeing as they're sitting on the edges of the sludge zone. So, the stakes, so setting the stakes for the here is, there's a chance for you to get information here. There's also the chance for you to piss people off, and these are people that, you know, don't take kindly to being pissed off. So you could get in a fight, you could get shanked. Um, there may also be other dangers here that you don't know about because, who knows who's got what illegal stuff in this area. All right. So what do you do? We already know what Rachel or what Yumiko did, so let's move the spotlight to Genki. So Genki, how about you?
Um, he's mostly going to be looking to see where people are congregating and, for lack of better words, just shooting the breeze. If there's something along the way, they mentioned a food stall because one of the things is because of his companion. If something like miso based or some kind of street food, although it might be horrific, he's gonna like be looking for stuff with purpose and then like immediately almost veer like to distraction in a straight line to radar for the food.
Sure.
I don't know what
And
it.
the miso stall, just like
it
you get a waft of the soup, and then you're like,
it's like that fish head with innards and dipped in miso. Let me get that. Get a piece. I don't know what it is. It might look horrific.
Well, there's not there's a stall, all right, and you are getting these whiff of miso, but it's a ramen stall, so they're serving miso ramen. I don't know if you've ever had that before.
Yeah.
It's very
He like
delicious.
he's looking around trying to focus on thing and like he goes up and like turns around and looks at the other two and like his nostrils kind of flare. He's like, I'm gonna find some information. And like just makes a beeline for the place and he orders.
Okay. Yep. The guy,
Like
but
if yeah.
yeah. So there's a woman that's behind this. It looks like a cart. Okay,
Okay.
like with like this corrugated tin on the outside. It's got a holo projector, like a looks like a something she found on the side of the road and repaired, and it's projecting a baseball game that's happening. Okay,
Mm.
she's got a little satellite dish that's on the top, and she is she has got like three other guys sitting at stools in front of this ramen place. Okay, and she's got like a butane, couple butane hot plates, and then she's got one of those little things of water, like that heats up the water that you dunk the ramen in. You know, so she sees you belly up to the bar, and she's like, "What do you want?"
Miso ramen. And he's like tapping like whatever is there.
Okay, she gets a bowl out, starts, and she just prepares like this huge bowl of miso ramen, slides it towards you, puts the chopsticks on it, and says, "Have a seat, customer."
But like as I'm sitting down, I whatever like if it's physical money or digital money, probably physical money here. So he like probably reaches for his thing and then thinks about it and puts down like physical money and just like starts like going ham on just eating.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's pretty good actually. It's really like it's not top tier, but it's pretty good.
So probably by the time the other two, if they showed up, they come behind me. I put the plate, like the bowl, I like pick it up and put it back in front of her and say, another.
She raises one eyebrow and starts getting another ready for you. Okay, so while you're eating, let's move the spotlight over to Ashi. Ashi, you have the spotlight.
All right, so I've caught up to these guys by now, yeah?
Oh yeah, you're well, I mean, you
I
tell me. You saw
unfortunately
him
left.
took a
Yeah,
beeline
I
for this
I didn't
miso
walk with
stand.
anybody,
Yeah.
Okay,
unfortunately.
okay, so I,
You're
I
with
followed him
Yumiko.
there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, um, so I take the first thing I want to do is I want to give my companion like a job, okay? I need her to, uh, just find out for me, like give me a map of like the the net like topology in the area.
Okay, so your companion is Hanko?
Yes.
Okay, so and that's actually a is that a that's a mystical one. That's not a cyber.
That's true.
Yeah. So this is a Hanko essentially a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
it's imbuing, yeah. And Hanko is Kami of resistance against tyranny. What is your
Yes.
source for Hanko? So a source is something that connects. So like they cannot act directly in the it's part of the setting. They can't act directly.
Okay.
So what would be what would that be? I mean, like she could be possessing you, okay? Or I don't know if Hanko's male or female actually.
Female,
Female.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Or you could have something like
Her
maybe
source would be um like would be my AR um connection.
okay, it has to be thematic with the mystical thing. So
So she's using it. She's using my stuff basically.
okay, I think we're talking past each other.
You are?
So yeah.
So
So
you're asking for about something physical?
I just figured that like she would, I mean, the way I had envisioned like what it looked like was her kind of she could be with me, like just with us. She moves with us. I mean, she's a mystical companion. Okay, so like I didn't like put anything in her character about what her physical form actually was, but she has one and she comes with us. That's kind of like what I had envisioned, like how that worked. All right. And then if she's coming with us, she can have her own phone and she just uses it to do things on like the Matrix or whatever we're calling this, the Tangle. Was it the Tangle?
Okay, so the near space is it's all called the net, but the near space would be like what you're all using right now.
So she can just interact with near space through her own phone.
Okay, so what I'm trying to get across is that mystical, even companions, okay, mystical companions, they cannot act directly in the real. Okay, they act through sources. Okay.
Okay.
Like a
So-
conduit.
yeah. So they act through sources, and those sources, some examples were things like a thing, like Steve's character has that staff. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a source. The staff is a source.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine's actually a grimy old 100 yen coin.
Yeah. Yeah. His is a grimy old
'Cause-
100 yen coin.
Because my deity is about being broke.
Now, if you want Hanako to be like she can't be physically there, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Because that would make her like a full-on walking god. And that's not what that's
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So, but she could be a digital construct, but still be mystically imbued. Okay?
Okay.
So she could be a digital construct that's there not because of technology, but because she's inhabiting essentially the code. All right?
Okay. And
Of yeah.
Digimon, but spiritual.
okay. Okay. And so as one of those, like she could live in my hardware.
Yes. She could live in your
Okay.
hardware. Yeah.
So she would live in my hardware, and for thematic purposes, we can have her like a representation on my AR display.
Yeah, she can come up in
Yeah.
your AR display. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's great. I love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. She doesn't she's probably not going to be seen to anyone else unless she wants to
But
be.
like if she was on like my AR display that other people could see, she could be seen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a digital construct. That's her source.
So her source is that she's a digital construct.
Yep.
She's essentially she's a spirit who's, instead of taking over a thing, the thing that she's taken over is code.
Yeah.
All right. That actually sounds pretty cool. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I need to write that down.
Okay, so that's what she's doing. She's going through and she's interacting with the local near space
Yep.
to understand its physical topology.
To understand its physical topology. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Like she lives here. So there are domains and all that kind of stuff.
Like when signals go from point A to point B, they have to go through certain physical spaces,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like where are those, that kind of thing.
Yep.
I don't know where all the weird dead spaces are in this place, where there should be technology here, but there isn't.
Could
Maybe,
one of the things
maybe,
I'm aiming to possibly get information on.
maybe there's a spirit that likes to eat technology.
There you go.
So what do you do?
Oh,
Now-
I'm just gonna roll.
No, wait. What are you doing in fiction?
In the fiction,
Yes.
she's she kind of like pops up in my AR display, and it's still her. Like she's like, I mean, I can get you guys a picture of her. I think I've posted it in the Discord. but she's got like this black hat and she has like a black mask and like,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
and so, but like imagine that face like behind a phone where you're just seeing the eyes and she's just like frantically typing on it, you know.
Okay.
That's her doing it, and she's just trying to feel out just the topology of the area, and then she wants to make a map for me.
Okay.
So that's in the fiction. That's what she's doing.
Okay, so it sounds like this is a discovery effect you're going for. Okay, you're trying to figure out the topology of the area. Okay. So,
Oh, okay, yeah, totally.
okay.
Yeah.
So, I need you to make a roll. What tags are you using?
What tags am I using? You know, um,
Remembering that it's Hanko that's doing this.
yes, it's Hanka that's doing this. So honestly, I wasn't sure that I was going to get any tags on this one, except possibly, one of her tags is, uh, she has like this passive effect where she kind of like interferes with, electronic surveillance.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe that's not a passive effect. Like she can turn it on and off, but like that would be the only thing possibly related here. Because if you wanted to cut off the like all the signal to a particular area, you would do it at a choke point, like a physical choke point, right?
Right,
And
but
that's precisely the type. That's you. I didn't think like that's the only one possibly that would
actually
apply.
just the tag Hanko would be
Just the tag Hanko.
good. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right, because I'm using
Yeah.
her to do the
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
those names are
Fantastic.
tags too.
I see.
Yeah. So let's do. So this will be a quick outcome, right?
Okay. Got
Lock
you.
lock your sheet so you can use the roller.
All right. Sheet
Okay.
locked.
Sheet locked. Click on Hanko.
Click on Hanko, like the little lightning bolt next to her name.
Yeah. No, just the name,
The verbiage,
the
not the word.
verbiage.
Okay.
It should have turned yellow.
It did.
Good. All right. Um, I am going to. I'm going to give you interferes with electronic surveillance because you said it. All right, but I'm also,
Okay.
but because of that, I'm also going to have offerings of defiance. I'm going to instill the weakness because she's fucking with shit like the whole time. She's out there and she's looking for things and she is fucking with shit.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So I'm getting
You're
plus
getting
two minus one.
one.
Gotcha.
Right.
I'm getting one. Okay.
But
Yep.
you get something for the weakness.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So should I click? Should I click on anything else to mark this in the roller, or?
No, I think that's it. So, did you click offerings of defiance?
Uh, I did, but nothing.
So, and
Doesn't.
then click execute move.
Okay, execute move. All right.
Then it should come up to me. Yep. So, and then it says, "Do you agree with Hanko interferes in?"
But then you would want to add offerings of defiance here, right?
Yeah. There you go. I already did. So,
Yes.
okay.
Oh no. Sorry, no. Propaganda of the deed is the thing, right?
Yeah,
Here,
propaganda.
hold on a second.
It should
Yeah,
be.
sorry.
She's gonna tag.
It should
that
be
she
There we
did
propaganda.
something.
go.
It should be propaganda of the deed.
So
Yep.
there we go.
Yep.
I did it. I was able to
Yep.
select that.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so she's like she's yeah. Okay, so she's doing something, not just passively collecting information.
Here, okay, let's see. Did it roll?
It didn't roll yet. I got to confirm. So I'm going to confirm.
Okay. Oh, 6 plus 3 plus 2. So you got a 7.
Okay, I got a 7.
Interferes with electronic surveillance. Okay, yeah. PC succeeds the benefit the PC, but there are still some other consequences. Okay, so
Okay.
you got a net power of 1. All right. So you
Yep.
get to ask, this is discovery. So you get one piece of information. okay, about what you sent Hanko to do or what you asked Hanko to do. And
Alright.
there is, then I get to make a consequence happens because of because you rolled a 7.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now do I get to should I ask a question
Yeah, you
or
can ask a question. Ask a question that's narratively aligned with what the fiction was that Hanko was doing.
right, okay. Okay. So the question is gonna be um uh where are all of the uh physical access points of the uh the near space signal in the dead docks?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah. So, um, Hanko, Hanko might do this differently than an AI. But essentially, Hanko tells you that she can take you to any of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said there's not as many as there are around our home, but there's a lot here. Like there's one here at there's actually two here at the stand. One that's doing the physical feed for the baseball game, and then there's another one that the proprietress has got like behind the counter that she's just got like a jack in.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
So like when you look out, okay, Hanko's like kind of put like little nimbuses around anything in your field of view
Oh,
that
so like if
is
I see one, it just like pops up the
yeah,
access points over there. Gotcha.
it's
Okay.
it's like a nimbus, yeah.
And I have a little bit of information on what's on them too. Like it seems that you're able to give me some of that. Is that true?
No, because you only had a power of 1.
Okay. That's fair. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. That's all I wanted from her.
Yeah.
Now, what what did she do while she was out there making this map?
Okay, so now the baseball game that's coming over is no longer the baseball game. Okay? It's
Yeah.
actually one of your past live streams. Okay? Yep.
Really?
Yes, it's one of your past live streams where you were as your Tatari Annie, right? A
Yep.
moniker. Yeah.
Tatariani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As your Tatari Annie cyberspace avatar railing against the establishment and corporations.
Oh.
So just to be clear, while I'm eating ramen over here and enjoying myself, the
Yep.
game goes out, and all of a sudden there's a propaganda commercial on
Yeah.
the pirated, stolen
Yeah.
game
Yep.
for
Absolutely.
the unsponsored break.
Right.
So
And
there's gonna be a gap.
and the 3 other guys that are there eating ramen with you, all right? They look over at the proprietor and goes, "Yeah, go. What the hell is this? Get the game back on. Get the game back on. Who the hell is this chucklehead? Look, we can't look now. Look, we come here because you got the game." And she's like, okay, I'll figure out. I don't know what's going on. And she's like kind of panicking because she can't get the feed to change over.
Okay, so I look over at Genki
Yeah.
and it's like
Oh yeah, we came here to do stuff, but not here specifically. That's a good
uh
point.
um
And
how's
then I look over
ramen?
at the TV and I like point with my chopsticks, and then I point at her like Asadi, and I point at the chop. I
Oh,
just like
dude,
shrug and put my
dude,
chopsticks down.
Honko's like on my AR feed and she's just like over her phone, you know what I mean? It's just like frantically typing like this, like there's
She's
like
probably
steam
looking
coming
at
off of
the
it.
TV. Does she give one of the
Yeah.
like like that she like so that I know that she did it. Like I did that purposely.
Oh no,
'cause they
you
need to
lock eyes
know.
with her. You lock eyes with her, and she looks at the TV, and like you look at the. You lock
And she
eyes
goes
with
back
the-
down on the phone.
Yeah, she goes back down on the phone. Like you see, like little, like just like smiles and like there's little fangs coming out of like
Yep.
She
both
has like the
sides.
one little fang tooth on the side that's sticking out because
Yeah,
she's all
yeah,
satisfied.
yeah,
And like
exactly.
Genki just says under her breath is like, caution, it might spread. It's like,
That's funny.
and like the guys probably don't know I'm next to them eating.
Oh, they know
And
somebody's there, but they
yeah,
weren't paying
but
any
like,
attention to you.
while we wait on the game, I heard some messed up stuff's been happening in the area. People been coming in and jacking with shit. Excuse my language. That was really good, Raymond. Anyway, since you got a minute, y'all want to talk about it?
Okay, make me a roll. So,
Uh,
what tags are you going to use?
mm,
These guys look like, just so we'll set the scene for you here. You're sitting at the, which you should do anyway in this game. You're sitting at the ramen stand. These guys look rough. Okay,
mm,
they're like, they're either locals, that are they come here all the time. They have, or they're toughs that are working for somebody. They're not like, they look like rugged, you know, guys who are like, don't get your shit in my business. And they're all pissed off. They're also pissed off because the game's not on. So that's the scene.
uh,
So
so
the threat is that one of the threats are that they're not going to talk to you because they don't know you. Okay, and and an extreme consequence could be a fight breaks out.
yeah, because when the game does come back on, they're gonna miss it because they're looking at me.
Yeah.
Um, I was trying to be nice, but I do have a predatory nature, and I've had my ramen now. So I should probably get back on the job. I do have a lethal vibe. They look like they would hurt somebody. I unfortunately look more like I don't hurt. I just kill people.
Okay.
And if I don't know how big the place is, and since they're mentioning the game after I say that, since they're quiet, I'm gonna look at the TV with like, because it's probably like blasting out like what he what Asahi's persona and the thing is like saying.
Uh-huh.
Because it's basically an ad for propaganda, and like I'm gonna look at the connection, and I'm gonna look at them, and I'm not smiling, and it's like you can talk or you can wait.
Quick
Clear
question:
decision.
does Genki have a tattoo?
Your
Does he
On
yakuza.
his face,
No, no, no.
or
Depending on how you have it, because you could either have a full back with arm, full back over your shoulder section that goes into your uh torso, chest and torso section.
Hmm.
So I'm like, what is dress like? Are you gonna like slowly drop to make sure the tattoo
it's
pops out? You
like
have arms like
Genki is usually in a dress shirt with a tie. He does have on a jacket, but it's very he doesn't hide his tattoos. It's very like even if you like did not know who Yakuza was, you would kind of know by the tattoos. Those look like Yakuza tattoos. Also, he looks like he's getting ready to murk somebody because he had a good meal.
Yeah. I think that'll go with his lethal vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So what? So choose your. So this is going to be a quick outcome.
Okay.
So select your tags
Okay.
that you think apply.
So I think predatory nature and from our discussion, lethal vibe.
Okay.
I am implying the fact I will mess with their connection to seeing what happens in this game. So I think possibly exploit collateral.
I don't see that.
Alright.
Not from what you described.
All right. Am I still distracted by the miso
Uh
off of the companion weakness?
oh yeah, definitely miso obsession.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll click that one too.
Yep.
And I don't think technically right now they're happy dumb people, so I don't think that weakness comes into play.
No.
So now I just click core moves, quick come outcome, make sure those 3 things are done, and then execute.
Yep. And then I'll get a text. Yep. So predatory nature, lethal vibe, and miso obsession. Okay. Confirm approve all.
And then I just click confirm.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, bummer.
Okay. So
Well then.
okay, so on the good side of things, okay. If you what did you do? Did you burn predatory nature? Why did you do that?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
There. So
So
on
that should be minus. That should be a 3 total though.
okay, yeah. So companion, since you used miso obsession, if
Mhm.
you flip that card by clicking on the companion part up top, all right,
Okay.
click one of the bubbles for upgrade.
Oh. Do you click the plus?
I don't
Okay, you have to click the plus to get
upgrade.
another bubble. Because there was one bubble there already.
Well, yeah, so you should only have one. Okay,
Okay.
so there you go. Matt, you should do that too for the theme that had the weakness that we invoked. Okay, remember that on your roll?
Sorry, I should click the bubble.
If you
You got to flip the card to the for that theme to the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you'll see a thing that says upgrade. You should have one bubble.
I do actually.
You have one bubble
Yeah.
already.
I think
Yeah.
it does that automatic then.
Oh,
Yeah, I
it
think
must
does
do it automatically. Yeah.
because I selected and
Oh,
yeah.
nice. I didn't know that.
Unless our companions and AIs are doing it for us, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Hunko.
Okay, so yes, so what happens? So one of the guys, he's an older guy. He's sitting right next to you. All right. He gets up, pushes his chair. He looks over at you. He says, "Who do you think you are coming into our town, acting all tough?" Says, "You don't belong here. Get back to the nice parts of
Clean
the
air.
city where you belong."
So that's a no on the question. You're not going to talk.
That's a definite no on the question. I don't even know who the hell you are. He looks over at the proprietor. He goes, Yako, why are you serving this asshole?
I slowly turn and look at Yamiko, and then I blink a couple times, and then I ask the proprietors, does he have a tab currently?
And she looks at you, and she looks like she doesn't want to get in the middle of this, and really wishes it would go away.
Sorry, I'll pay for his meal and his friend's meal. We don't mean any trouble. And I put my dad's card down.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I am sorry, sir. You know what? I'll buy you a beer as well. Would you also like a beer? You know what? Give them 2 beers and charge that on the card as well.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have, just as a point, just for a setting, probably won't have cards. You'll probably have just you just would move the
Digital card.
digital.
Yeah, I digitally move the money.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. I don't know even if they would have that
We
here
could
or
still
if they want to do
say,
hard
but we could
currency.
still say like
Put it on my
put
card.
it on my card.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But now it's a digital card. Now
You
it's
know,
an AR card.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know
Maybe
what I mean?
it's
You're right,
coming
you're
back.
right.
It's like the new term is put it on my card
It's
when you have no
retro.
card.
Because
Yeah.
you can have your picture on it too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she starts she starts doing something to ring it out. Okay. Give me an influence roll, Yumiko.
Okay.
This is going to be a we're just going to use this as a quick outcome also. We're not going to do this as a tracked outcome.
Okay.
So it sounds
we
like
would-
you're trying to influence this guy. So what tags were you using?
family funds for my loadout.
How about, well, actually, yes. Family funds.
And I guess I kind of want to use like the Yakuza princess a little bit purely because like that's the money that's being used, and I'll just be like, yeah, I'm sorry, we at the Nakama family
I think that
always
that's double dipping.
double dipping.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because if you're using Yakuza Princess purely because you have access to family funds, that's double dipping. If you were going to say, hey, if you were in the fiction said something like, "Oh, here, think of it as a gift from the oh, what's the name again?
Mikawa clan.
Nyakawa clan. We don't want any trouble. Then yeah, you could use
I
both.
should have done it that way, but yeah, it's just then family funds.
Okay. I think you
So-
could make a play for respected in the underworld though.
Okay.
Because you're essentially in a black market area. There are
Yeah.
There may be people that know of you here.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any weaknesses I want to invoke.
Okay. So then, just to make sure I'm doing this right, core moves, quick outcome before I hit execute.
Yep. Make sure you've selected your tags. You have. All right. Now you just have to confirm. Good. So that's an 11. Yeah. So he looks at you, and now Yumiko, just as a point, I don't know what came into my head. Do you have tattoos?
I'm dressed right now a way a Yakuza daughter should dress, I guess. Like stereotypical kimono. Like I know how to walk in this thing, run in this thing, because grandma taught me how to work in this. So I look like I would be someone's wife, except my hair and makeup is all Yara style.
Okay. All right. But you definitely look important. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. And so this guy, or at least one of these guys, puts two and two together between Genki's tattoos and you flashing this money around, and is like, he grabs the hand of the other guy and says, hey, maybe just let this one go. He says, okay, hey, thank you, thanks for the meal. I think we're gonna go see if we can find someplace else to watch the game. And then they get up to leave.
Not our best outcome. Hoping for
Okay.
info.
Genki apologizes, and you see him like he had he'd taken the utensils off of his ramen, and he had palmed them, and he pulled them out, and he like put them back on the thing because he was gonna go ahead and stab the guy that day.
I was
That
trying
was-
to stop that from occurring. She's like,
Yep.
I don't want to do blood right now. That's too much paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're undocumented. It doesn't count technically.
I don't have time to deal with that.
All right, let's move the spotlight to Ashi. Ashi, these guys have left. They're they're kind of like pulling their other friend away.
It's the TV's still going though, right?
Oh yeah, it's still going.
It's like she's
Yeah.
queued up everything.
She's got it on loop. So, um, yeah, they're they're now partially down this somewhat busy street.
Okay. So I suggest everyone let's walk.
Okay.
Okay. And as we're like walking away, um uh Hanko turns to Genki and she says, "Tell me how you feel about the ramen." And like she's got this little like AR like 1940s style camera with the big reels and stuff. Like she's holding up like this.
It's like Genki was like mid stride, like emotionless until she said something, and he literally like mid stride faces her while he's walking. It was amazing, and like he doesn't have that much emotion usually all the time, unless he chooses violence, which is when he wakes up. And he says that, and he kind of looks back, licking his lips, and then like
Okay.
he's realizing that they're leaving.
Yeah. She zooms into that like look of longing, loss on his face. Okay. And she says, "You're beautiful." And like puts the camera away and disappears.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, I'll save that for later.
They do moisturize. And he goes back to walking.
So next we've got our man Beatty.
Well, I mean, we're still in the
Oh.
scene where you're in the.
Yeah, we would have to go.
Do we
What
want
do
to
you?
try and
So you're walking down the street in the dead dock. Business is happening as usual around here. Illicit and
do we want to
otherwise.
just
You have the
make a
spotlight.
case area where they're beating people and kicking them out? Instead of asking people, we could probably just look at the location in real time.
Oh, just to see if like it's actually happening at this
Like
very moment.
if they kick people out, they probably did it for a reason. So they might be prepping the area for something, or they might be expanding the area.
Oh, they might even have like signs posted.
Yeah.
Saying that all residents of blah 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 as of such and such a date.
Well, you all have your AR feeds on, so there's no you haven't seen anything like that. Everything
So
looks kind of business as usual here. I mean, you don't come here often, but doesn't look like there are people doing business. There are people that are on the streets and around all this detritus that's everywhere. You don't see any thugs or cops or anything like that. No corporate security have you encountered, and there's no AR signs saying, "Hey, get out of this, get out of the dead dock."
There are no is there any Yakuza currently claiming the area?
Oh, that is a very good question. I would say yes, there is, and you would know that there would be, and
Okay.
they are not part of your family. They're the other side. They're the forget what that other clan is called.
The rapid dogs, pretty much.
No.
Well, that's not what they're called. That's just Genki would refer to them as because they don't play honorably.
Let me see.
So 170.
What is it?
I think it's what 170 is the Yakuza section. Should be toward the top. The Makubi Kai.
Yeah, them. The Makubi Kai. Yep.
Kubikai.
Yep.
Yeah, they deal in designer drugs, counterfeits, cybernetics, red light district entertainment, assassination contracts, illegal dogfights, and more.
Yep. Kubikai.
Okay, okay. So, so this, as we're walking away from this place, I'm gonna, like that little, that little, the little video
Yeah.
that Hanko took, that's gonna get incorporated into a review that Tatariani, my cyberspace, my personality, is going to um, post like in his blog.
Okay.
It's just like a small place. I was at a restaurant. This is what we had to say about it.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Okay.
Sure.
And oh, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually yeah. So that's really what that was for, right there.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. What action are you doing now? You have
What
the
action am I doing now?
you have the spotlight.
Right, of course. So I'd like to go and um, I'd like to try and like meet with them,
Meet with the
with the local yakuza.
local yakuza. Okay.
You do know we're at war with them, right?
Yeah,
Are we at war with them?
you are.
We're always at war. Are they
We
alive?
are at war with them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
okay,
alive.
okay.
your family is associated with their enemy.
We're
Yeah.
I was under the impression we killed them on sight, unless we're
Yeah.
on their territory, in which case.
Well, you're definitely on their territory.
I was like, because like Genki is probably the only one that's like, I thought you figured out when you saw the 3 severed heads of the samurai that we were on enemy Yakuza territory. It's on the side of the ship. We don't have any ships to do this, but that is good product placement. I will give them that. It's not a very good paint job.
Okay.
That
So
one samurai looks cocky.
So you can try and get an audience with whoever's around here. All right. Just you are at war with them. That may not go the way you want it to go.
yeah. No, I don't want to I don't think coming to them face to face is a good idea, and if that's the context of it.
Yeah. Right now you're on the DL.
Okay. Um, I'd like to, you know what? I'd like to try and use uh, the information though, that Honko discovered,
Yeah.
about like the topology of the
Right where all the
Access
access
point,
points
your
are.
space.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd like to try and locate the Yakuza, based on what she's able to like the traffic she can find there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do that. So that's going to be a roll. So again, it's a discovery. We'll use it as a quick outcome. What tags are you going to use?
Okay. So tag. I mean, I guess I would be using. I'd be using Hanko again, wouldn't I?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
I mean, you don't have to. You could try and do the discovery based on the information yourself.
Well.
Not that it matters.
Yeah. You know what? I kind of would like to do this myself, but I don't want to use her for this. I'm
Okay.
doing this myself.
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I am doing this myself.
Okay. What tags
Okay.
are you going to use?
All right. So the tag would be. Yes. So I click on this guy and it turns yellow. All right. And then, did I have, does the information I have on the topology exist as like a story tag or something like that?
You know what? It should.
It
So
should.
yeah, so it
Okay.
should for you. So let me go ahead and make the stat. Let me make the tag. You're right.
Okay.
I should have done that before. Um.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. It's a temporary tag. Okay. So you see where it says access point topology in tags up here at the top
Yes,
left
I
under
do.
scene.
Yeah.
All right, you should be able to
Click on that.
click on that as a tag.
All right, here we go. So there's this guy. And I can. That's fantastic. All right. So, Joe, any drawbacks or anything?
No, not right now.
Not right now. Okay. All right. So here we go. Executing move.
So
Looks like
Tariani. Oh, so now Tariani is your
is my
is your
cyberspace is my
personality.
personality. That's right. Yeah.
How does that apply to looking for this information?
Oh, I mean, it's the kind of well, I picked it because it was my cyberspace theme, and I'm using cyberspace information and skills to like related skills to.
I don't think that applies to this because that tag,
No.
as as we've talked about it before, that's you online. That's your avatar online, inciting people based on propaganda and essentially being an influencer is what we talked about
Yes,
before.
that's right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I don't think it's your ability to go out and get information.
Okay, so that all that means is it wouldn't apply as a tag.
Right. Just doesn't
That's all you're
apply.
saying.
That's
Okay.
all it
Okay,
means.
so
Yep.
okay, so I can just click on access point topology
Yep.
and execute the move, and
Yep.
that will be sufficient. Okay,
Yep.
that's fine. There we go. Here we go. Yep, waiting for approval.
Got it.
Fantastic.
7, so
That
you got an
is
8.
did you put
The
it as a
topology is
-1 or you put it as a +1?
It should be a plus.
But in any
It-
case, it's an 8, not a 6.
Oh, okay. I must have accidentally put it as a minus. Okay. So, yes, it's an 8. So it's a mixed hit.
Okay.
Yes. You're able to, you bring up a map, you look at the topology, you see that there's like a serious set of these things, these access points, and they're all congregated on board one of the ships, derelict ships that's in the harbor. Okay. Um and that is the largest conglomeration of that. And then you also are able to like look up some, do some video, look up at some videos, get, have a unintelligent AI assistant that helps you put two and two together, and you find out that yeah, okay, that ship's being used for a as a yakuza. It's kind of like half pachinko parlor, half casino, half they've got a
I'm imagining it's all lit up
yeah,
and shit. Like it looks real wild. Like I imagine it looks pretty cool.
and they've got things like
a lot of jury rig stuff.
they've got like heart
String lights.
no all these access points are, you're thinking that's probably because you guys have these too. You have harness parlors where people can harness into the net and in full immersive VR. So
Like
you can feel everything, you can smell everything, you can taste everything.
So like it's actually high quality or pretty high quality
Yeah,
like stuff here.
yeah, and
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, there.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. All
yep,
right, that's cool.
Also, if you think about it, if you're down a lot while you're in the VR, you're gonna get pulled out forcefully.
yep.
Okay. All right. Um where are people now? I'd like to find out.
Well, let's move the spotlight because
Move the spotlight. Okay.
you've taken an action. So let's
Yep.
come over here to Yumiko. Yumiko, you have the spotlight. You guys are still in the whatchamacallit? You're still in the
Dead docks.
dead docks.
dead again. I'm gonna look around, see if I can hear anything of interest.
Okay, so you're just eavesdropping.
Yeah, I'm eavesdropping and seeing if there's any ghosts who
Oh. Okay.
will tell me any secrets that people might not have wanted others to know.
Okay. So discovery then again. What's your tags?
Okay, my tags are going to be the dead talk.
Okay.
I guess respecting the underworld because this is the underworld, and most of the ghosts here are probably from the underworld.
There definitely are some. Yeah.
Or is that too much of a stretch?
No, it's not too much of a stretch. I think I can go with that.
Okay, and then I was thinking respect for the dead because I'm hoping also, as I did with the other spirit, I'm gonna find them and be like, "Hey, why are you still here? Let's give me your name. Let me see if I can get someone to make you pass." Or that might be that's a stretch. Never mind. Just
No, we used it before. I mean, it follows. Respect for the
and
dead.
then,
There's something about you, you know, that and the way you act to the dead that draws them to you in some ways. So, yeah, okay.
and then I don't know if this would apply. I don't think it does, but spirits can't lie to me. So when I ask them for gossip, they're telling me the gossip. They're not like trying to be mischievous.
Not to find them, no. Not to have someone talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then execute move.
Okay. 6.
Some consequences.
Yep.
I look like a mad woman.
Yep. So, okay, so I'm going to say hold there for a second. Ashi, we forgot to do your consequence because you had a mixed hit.
I did.
Yeah. So the consequence is that um you're gonna get and Hanko actually tells you this, okay? Comes up
Okay.
and says, "Hey, just notice that somebody's watching you." So you've got a story tag, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry, a status tag, all right? Of of tagged 1.
Tagged one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm tagged. Somebody's tagged me. Okay.
Yeah. So you see down here where it says add a status?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yep. So you click on that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to call this tagged.
Yep.
Okay. Tier 1.
Tier 1.
Is it temporary?
Yeah, it's a temporary tag. It'll go away at the end of the scene.
And I'll show in the scene tag window?
You can, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
it is. It's under your name.
There it is. Boom. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's a negative tag for you to do like electronic stuff because you're being tracked.
Watched.
Yep,
Okay.
you're being
All right,
watched.
cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So back to Yumiko. Sorry about that. We had to do a back in time thing. Yumiko, you got a mixed hit also. Yes, there. You seem to be able to find dead no matter what. Um, you hear you don't see them, but you hear it whispers in your ear. And it says it's dangerous for little girls to be talking with the underworld.
Ooh.
Who you calling little?
You
In a deep voice.
call 'em little.
Creep. One, I'm not a little girl. I'm an adult. Two, if you know who I am, you would know not to say that to me.
What do I
So
care?
how about you come and we have a nice chat and you tell me what's been going on around here.
Oh, I don't mind talking to you. That's okay.
Oh, hold on. My father-in-law just came in.
Snap.
All right,
Not in game. Not in game.
not in game. Okay, we're gonna take a let's take a 5. All right, we'll take a 5-minute break.
All right.
All right, give everybody a chance to do what they're doing. Come back at
4:11.
4:15. We'll take a more than a 5-minute break. 4:15. Oh wait.
All right.
Oh wait, she's back. All right. Sorry, I thought you were going to be gone for a while. All right.
Well, I mean, like I'm also still on audio, so
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
carry on.
yeah. Okay, Rachel. Okay, so let's just get back into the scene. So the voice says, "So what do you want to know?"
I've heard news that people have been starting to get kicked out of here. I wanted to get some further information on that.
Oh, well, yeah. There's been a few raids. There's nothing too major. I think it's because of the that gang, the new gang that's in. Well, they're not really new, but they're exerting their dominance a bit. You know,
A
they're
new game that appeared in
yeah,
this territory.
yep. They're the crocodilians.
Crocodilians?
Yeah.
Are these a bunch of foreigners?
No. Though I don't know if you could call them Japanese anymore. They do look a little different.
Hmm.
Are you planning on hanging out? You're not planning on going on the water, are you?
Why? Will I run into them?
Oh, most assuredly. There's you look out into the harbor long enough, you'll probably see a couple of their boats going by.
Hmm. Well, thank you. That's informative. Do you remember when they first came in?
No, it's kind of all blur when you're dead.
That's true.
I think they're probably within the last, I don't know, maybe a few years. I don't know. All I know is that they're bad news and they don't look like they should.
Well, thank you for that tidbit of information. So you, I will be sure to check into that.
Mm.
What, from what you're saying, I should stay away from the water?
Well, I mean, unless you want to tangle with that gang.
Seems like I'll be tangling with them. I gotta go save someone.
Oh, okay. I hope they're worth it.
I hope so too.
Well, did anybody tell you about the jellyfish?
Like the sea creature that lives in the ocean, if I meet the wrong type, it poison me and kill me type jellyfish, or are you talking about something else?
Well, I'm talking about the ones that kind of have like the glass-like tendrils and that glow and with all kinds of different colors. I think they call them, what do they call them? They call them something like prismatic jellyfish. I think that's what they call them. I know that a couple of those guys on that boat over there got killed the other day because of those.
I know
Yeah.
that.
Now they're in the I've heard they're in the deeper water.
Anything else in the deeper waters I need to be aware of with the crocodiles and the
Well,
jellyfish?
look, since the tsunami came, I mean, it's been all kinds of weird stuff around here. So,
That's true.
yeah. Now, you know, you could have, I mean, there could be all kinds of different things. And put on top of that the commie that seem to be now taking interest in things, and it's a veritable shit show.
That's life as I've come to know it. One shit show after the other.
Yeah. Well, I guess in that way I'm glad I'm dead.
But you're still here, dealing with seeing the shit show.
True. But see, I'm a people person.
Oh,
And
people.
so I like to watch people. So
So
it
I
doesn't bother
can't.
me that much.
Okay. Well, if you would like, I could pray for you, see if you could pass on. But if that's not your thing, I'll leave you be.
No, I don't think that's necessary. I got nobody who's. No, I don't. I mean, nah, I think it's all right. It goes. Just do me a favor. Don't.
Okay.
You seem like a nice girl. Don't get mixed up with these. Don't mix. Don't get mixed up with these weird ass people. They're only gonna show you wrong. Like that guy over there. And he looks directly at Genki. You know? Look,
Which
uh,
Yumiko probably didn't notice that it was there.
obviously, that guy's in a Yakuza gang. You don't want to get involved with them.
Well, sadly, some you don't choose what family you're born into. But thank you for the concern.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go take a walk. And he starts to walk off and just dissipates in the air.
Grandma's not going to be happy to know that a ghost didn't think I was part of the Yakuza. Oh no. Not going to tell her that.
Well, maybe he just didn't want you to stick around a whole bunch of unlucky people.
That's true. Okay.
All right.
Again.
Genki?
I think that's a good end scene for Yumiko's spotlight.
Genki, do you want to do? You have the spotlight. Do you want to do anything here, or do you think we can move on from this scene?
No, I think we can move on.
Okay.
Do
How about the rest of it?
Does Yumiko, do you share what you learned with the group?
Oh, yes, I was going to. I just didn't want to keep this spotlight for too long. That's why I was like, we can move it on.
Okay.
But yeah, Yumiko would be like, so, gossip. There's another gang in town. Not sure who they're part of, but apparently they're called the Crocodiles or something. I
Crocodilians.
thought it was a Crocodilians.
Yeah.
I thought it was a weird name, and I asked if they were foreigners because that sounds like something that comes from like, we don't got crocodiles here.
We have one.
But apparently, no, they're not. They are not foreigners, but they no longer are considered Japanese. They have changed in some way. And they have taken over, I guess, the water side of this section. And they coincide with also when the clear outs of this section have occurred. So I think we need to investigate this group. And then also, whenever we figure out we need to cross the water, we need to be careful of these jellyfish that apparently killed some of the guys on the boats that were going onto the island. We might want to get some anti-venom before we head over. And the crocodilians might also kill us if we try to cross the water. So we might want a boat with guns.
Or
Okay.
we might want to figure out more about the prismatic jellyfish and what it looks like, and just have those kind of lights around our boat.
That is true. Maybe we could get the prismatic jellyfish. Ooh, what do they eat?
Well, I'm not saying actual things that are gonna kill us and drag that along. I'm just saying put something in the water that looks like it. That's
So,
safer.
Is this
Your
place
grandma would appreciate it if you don't die.
is this place adjacent to the prison facility?
You can actually, if you look out into the harbor, you
Uh-huh.
can see it. it's a few miles out there, but you could actually see it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what I meant by with the prismatic jellyfish. The people on the boats going to the island, they've been killed because of the prismatic jellyfish.
The
Right,
water.
right.
Pulling them into the water.
Yeah, which makes me think, what if the crocodilians might be able to provide us with transport? Do we know if they're feral or can they be negotiated
Apparently
with?
not. As the ghost put it, you couldn't consider them Japanese anymore. I think they've gone past.
They might have been
I-
doing a gene splicing.
Yeah, they might have been gene spliced to where they lost their humanity. But they
Okay.
could also just be wanting to encroach on this territory. So there might be
Okay.
another gang war that we have to be aware of.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they're gonna be killing people we don't like though. So
That's
maybe we can
true.
look at this boxing ring you were talking about and do some research on these jellyfish and find the information about this crocodilian or this pirate gang, if you will, trying to
Can
mooch in.
Maybe
can
we could dress up as Captain Hook.
can we find the like I want to scout out a place on this side. Like let's say we get this guy out and we take him across the water. Okay. Um at what point do we come ashore? I want to find that point. So I'm considering like I want to like the closest point would be a natural choice. Um I want to go
Closest
to a
point is in somebody else's territory though.
well, yeah, we're kind of all totally in somebody else's territory, right
Yeah.
now anyway.
I
But I
mean,
want to see like where it is, how I would get to it, because I want to be able to like, you know, navigate my way through this place with a person unmolested. You know what I mean?
Or wouldn't it just be better if we took a boat back home and just take the
Oh, just
the
full stop.
Otter
Took a,
River?
you
yeah.
know what? Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Like
Yeah,
we might not be able to bring the boat.
we can just go up Arakawa River
That's
out
true
of the
because
port
we're
area.
on the water. That's right. Totally do that.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, Glenn, I need to do my nighttime routine. Me and Tamago. So let's go home before I suddenly get hit with the cold that almost kills me.
Okay. Okay.
Like the funny thing is, like if we were walking or transferring, however, when we get out of the area, mid conversation, you see like Genki like pull something out of his jacket and like flip it out, and like it turns to like a towel. He just drops it on the ground, and he flips out another one, and puts it in front of Yumiko, and he just stands on it, and he just starts rubbing his feet
Oh,
on the
thank you.
towel, and then like kicks it over to the side for refuge to like pick up later.
Okay.
And then he like pulls one out and puts it in front of Asahi while
Right.
they're having a discussion.
All right,
Very
so
nice.
then let's go ahead and end that scene at the dead docks. Okay.
Okay.
With clean shoes.
Yeah. So we'll end the scene at the dead docks. So that temporary tag of tagged Matt that goes away. I'll get rid of it.
All right.
Okay. And I'm gonna get rid of access topology just because it's just not useful right now. Okay. So I think we can have some just narration time. I'm assuming this is all happening probably backing your own territory. You've probably so Yumiko, you've probably called for a car, to come and pick you
Yep.
up. You and your two friends here to pick you up, probably go back to the house or something such, right? Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think it's a good time for everybody to discuss about what your next steps are. You've got some information, that could lead you on to other things. But for the mission, you're on the clock for the mission, so you were not given a timeline for this,
no,
but
but sooner is better than later.
sooner is better than later.
Well,
But
so we
people
still
getting-
have Beatty to talk
Beatty.
to. So that's I
and
think
we
that's
know where he works.
yep.
Mhm.
We know where he
Life's
works.
money.
Yep,
If-
we have an
if-
idea of like the kinds of challenges and what's going on in the dead docks.
Yep.
We figured that right now, like a naval extraction seems to be the most logical.
We just have to watch out for the crocodilians and the jellyfish that pull you off with their brightly colored glass tendrils.
What you don't have is you don't have much information about the facility itself, or the company that purchased it.
Well, one thing I wanted to do, the first thing I wanted to look at was, I want to know what kind of damage was done to the facility because of the tsunami.
Okay. That's common knowledge. It was flooded.
Great.
Yeah, it was flooded. Yep.
Okay, but like it was flooded. I get it, but like what specifically? Like I guess there was some sort of like,
You're
I don't
looking more
know,
for, like,
government
which contractor-
survey of, because like somebody
looking
applied
for
for FEMA
repairs.
funds or whatever.
What
right?
what's public domain is that it was flooded and abandoned by the company because it was not cost effective to repair it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And so yeah, so
all
I
the
have
prisoners were transferred other places. They
Oh,
were
okay.
evacuated
That's-
and transferred other places.
That's good. I appreciate that. I thought you just meant they just like just we don't know this anymore.
It's
The people
dystopian,
there
but
is
not
fine.
that dystopian.
Yeah. That's why it's like they're not that bad.
Okay. Okay. So what I'd like to know now, Joe, is um oh I'd like to pull up all of the, like, I don't know, call it approval paperwork for
Okay.
the new facility from government records.
All right, so let's do this. We're out of a scene and time is passing. All right.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and get used to the downtime. Okay. The downtime mechanic in the game.
Okay.
Okay. So this is downtime. The amount of time that's passing here is not that long. It's probably on the order of, let's say, a couple days. Enough time for you to gather information and do actions that you want to do that are in support of things that you're going to do later. Okay? So, the first thing that we need to do in downtime is that all of your equipment tags that you have in your loadout should be burnt. Okay? So, burn all those.
Burn them.
Burn them. That doesn't
Right.
mean delete them, just means burn them. A burnt tag means it's unavailable. Okay? This is called loading out. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, you get to take, on downtime, you get to take one action. Okay? So, and the other thing you're going to get is you're going to get, I'll have to look it up. I forget if it's one or if it's, I think it's one.
124?
Yeah, is it at 1 point you get 1 point for load in?
I'm looking up now, and you want us to look through the downtime area?
Yeah. I'll look too.
PC spend time resting or receiving care, and it helps them recover from.
Okay, no one needs to heal. So you can do, yeah. Each player describes their PC's activity during downtime. Each player may represent the activity in game terms by choosing one of two benefits, either receiving 3 power and spending it on effects without making a roll, or by marking an upgrade box on any one of their themes or the crew theme. A player may also choose to spend downtime taking one or more player actions as time allows, but the MC may rule that this prevents them from gaining the benefits of downtime. All right. The PC spends time getting ready for the activity. Okay. All right. So here's the rules. All right. So you get each one of you will go in turn during downtime. All right. You've already loaded off. All right. What I call loaded out because I'm in a band, but loaded off. So you've burned all your loadout tags. All right. And now you get 3 power. All right. Those 3 power you can use on effects. All right. Or you can mark an upgrade box on any one of your themes, your choice. All
Okay.
right. Those effects that you do, all right, are like, so you said you wanted to gather information, right?
Right.
So then you could spend those 3 power on gathering information. But if you spend them on that, you're not going to spend them on other things.
Namely
Okay.
the upgrade, or I guess 1 power per restoring equipment tags.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
You can also do quality time, which is PC spends time with chosen character or characters and gets to know them, creates a rapport with them, or deepens the relationship. And then that allows you to create a relationship story tag that reflects it. What you're talking about doing is research and inquire, which is PC spends time gathering new information about the job or some subject of interest, whether through contacts, online data sources, interrogating a prisoner, divination, and so on. See also intel gathering in the supplemental. Well, don't worry about that. We don't even have that yet. So, and then after everybody takes their
Okay.
choice, then we start a new scene.
I see. Okay.
All right, make
Okay.
sense?
It makes sense. Yes. Thank you.
Uh-huh. So let's go ahead and start. Matt, since you started already, what do you want to do?
Okay. Wow. I was well, let's give you a moment. I got to reframe like what I was like now that I know what my options are, right?
Yep.
Let's see here. So collectively, one of the things that we said we needed was a boat. Okay. So this would be like you know, an opportunity to get a boat, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you could source a boat.
Okay. And so that would be, so if I wanted to if I wanted to source a boat, that would be a prepare for action,
Yep. And that would,
right?
you would be able to add on your loadout a tag called speedboat. And then it costs you 1 power.
Okay. Okay. So that's all right. Now that I understand that, I mean, that's a great option. Um, did anyone else have any solid ideas on what they wanted to do to prepare or what they think we should be doing?
There's
I was kind of going off of what you said, Matt, but I was gonna look for the original blueprints and see of the prison, and then see if maybe there were other, um, like hidden blueprints, if you will, from the company to see what was actually
Oh,
built.
or just a difference between the old ones and the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
that's what Yumiko probably would have done, and she would also pass on this information to her father about, hey, it looks like movement's happening. So passing on intel to the higher ups.
It's always a good
And
idea.
then probably I want to make sure I'm understanding this right. Even after we do this scene where we're outside, we'll still be able to have the scene where we go after the boxer,
Yeah,
correct? Or do
yeah.
we?
This is downtime. This is narratively undefined amount of time that you're using where you're trying to do lots of things to get ready for the job. Okay?
So
And
then
yeah.
Yumiko would also then focus on getting intel on the things in the water, like the new crocodilia gang and these prismatic jellyfish.
Okay. Okay. So, since you have, do you want to just go first then? Okay.
Well, what about Bruce? Bruce, what were you thinking?
I was gonna go ahead and look up for the uniform for the guards at the prison, what it looks like, to get that loaded into my smart formal wear to change it into a uniform for a guard.
Ah, very nice.
As it
Okay.
looks like figuring out the situation over who the crocodilians are, if they're a subsidiary gang for the Yakuza or if they're muscling in and pissing somebody off. And the jellyfish and the other stuff, like getting the boat, those seem to be getting covered already.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
we'll need to go in turn. So who wants to go first?
Oh.
Okay. All right, Yumiko. So you have 3 power to spend. Okay.
Mhm.
On effects. So essentially on discovery, if you're using your time to discover, all right, then that means that you can use that time to get 3 pieces of information. Okay? If you want to spend just 2 of the power, then you get 2 pieces of information. If you want to spend 1, you get 1 piece of information. So just like a discover effect if you would have rolled for it. Only you don't have to roll. This automatically succeeds.
Well, I guess the 3 things I wanted to do are all discover.
Okay. So when
So-
load, just so you know, so when load, and this is not a bad thing, when load out, when you load in, you're only going to
Mhm.
have 1 point to load in. So you won't be adding any additional points for your load in. So you'll only be able to
Okay.
reactivate 1 piece of equipment in your tags.
Okay.
And the number of points she puts into this determines its power.
For discovery,
Yeah,
it determines the number of pieces of information she gets.
number of pieces of information. Copy that. Okay.
Yeah, so then I'll do discovery. My first one is finding out the blueprints of the um prison,
Facility.
new, old, beginning, like just all the blueprints for the entire island.
Okay. Yes, you can get those. That's honestly the newer ones and the old ones match up almost exactly. In fact, they do match up exactly. There doesn't seem to be any changes between the new blueprints and the old blueprints.
That's weird. So there's not even a change in how the electrical outlets are being handled, the HVAC system.
None of it.
Nothing.
In fact, the when Threadwell went ahead and submitted for reopening the prison, okay, they submitted the old version of the blueprints.
That doesn't look sus, but there's probably a bribe.
But that means they're not up to code.
So
It's prisoners.
that's
probably
what's there.
Okay. Maybe that's just gonna make those notes. Second piece of information is going to father, going to papa.
Yes.
Dear father. Yeah, that sounds weird. Yo, old man. Can you please tell me if you ever heard of this group called the Crocodilians or Crocodilans? I don't know. This weird group that's apparently muscling in on some territory down at the
sludge stuff.
dead docks, and there's some shady shit happening
Mm-hmm.
down there. You've ever heard of them?
He said. He says. First of all, why were you in somebody else's territory?
Ask Grandma.
So he probably does what Matt just did.
Yeah,
He just rubs
he
his
does.
hand over
Yeah,
his face.
he does. He's like, oh man.
Whatever he was doing, he put it down. It says, because like it sounds like Amika's like, you know what she's doing all the time anyway, because you guys talk, right? is like the implication. That was awesome, Rachel. I think you
she
did that
doesn't have-
purposely in character.
Yeah, like ask grandma. She's the one who wants me to start doing things for the family.
Mm,
Also, creepy ghosts are weird.
he said that they are.
He's like, his face probably gets all serious with the ghost hitting on you.
So he says they're. He says he brings in one of his lieutenants, and he said, "I think I had you. You were looking into that dock area, right?" And the lieutenant's like, "Yeah, I was." Because what do you know? What were you telling me about that weird gang that worships the crocodile? And he says, so this gang, the lieutenant says, yeah, they worship a source that's called Sobak. It's some kind of weird Gaijin god, crocodile-headed god, um, from Egypt, and they do that. Says because he says they've started taking like grafting crocodile like skin onto their bodies.
Oh, so that's what the ghost meant by they weren't Japanese anymore. Okay.
And he goes, they says they've got about half of that sludge zone they call their territory now. He says it's one of the things we're looking at, boss. See if it's worth trying to muscle our way in there with with our friends, and this other gang, this weird gang. May not be worth it.
Well, there's also another piece of info to add on to that. Apparently, I'm not sure who's doing it, so it's either the Crocodilians, the authorities, or the other gangs, or whoever owns it. But someone's going around kicking out the locals, doing roundups on them.
The
And
lieutenant's
It was the crocodilians.
this also happened at the same time as when that prison across the from the dock started to act up again. Which apparently there's now prismatic jellyfish that are going to kill people if they like drag you in and kill you. I don't know why Grandma wants me to deal with them.
Your
But
dad.
anyhow,
So the boss says, well, the prismatic jellyfish have always been there. That's not new, Yumiko.
well, I just didn't know then.
No, but that
You have
information
to,
about the information that you're bringing me about them, somebody muscling people out, lieutenant's like, it could be the crocodilians, and maybe they're kidnapping people because they have been known to. There's rumors that they eat people.
Like a
Maybe
crocodile.
that they may be making maybe they're taking them for food.
how are
Or
they
a
doing
ritual.
that with the prison now being reopened?
Why would that matter, daughter?
I just wouldn't they? Because ships have been going in, and the ships and the crocodilians would interact with each other. So
Not
why would?
necessarily. Maybe they stay away from the ships.
Okay.
Maybe the ships are feeding them.
Maybe the ships are paying them off.
Yeah,
That's true.
local security.
Yeah. I mean, weirder things have happened. I mean, come on. Crocodile worshipping cannibals? That's pretty weird.
I don't know. You've done some weird shit in your day.
But never
Give him like
that.
a deadpan look.
And remember, we do not eat the dead. We respect the dead.
That is true.
Okay.
Mom told me some weird stories.
Well, stories are stories.
And then my third question was, what was that again? I forgot my third question. I'm sorry, guys.
We can come back to it if you remember.
Yeah, let's come back.
All right. So you're sitting on one power for your downtime right now. Genki, how about you?
So I had a technical question
Okay.
about looking up the guard uniform to get that loaded in. Would that be me using downtime to do a discovery on what the outfit looks like, or do I
Yes.
just add a tag to the wardrobe database for the item?
It's a yes for both.
Okay.
So
So
yes,
it's going to take 2.
yes. So for you to get the information, that's 1 power. All right, and then you can
Prepare an action would be to get the database
prepare
loaded with it.
prepare for the loadout. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that it? Is that all you're doing?
I got 1 left,
Yep.
so I will.
It's use or lose. All these power are use or lose. You can't bank them.
No, I was thinking if I could, because we're going to do another round with Rachel, in case like after, because we're probably talking
Oh,
about stuff
yeah.
that we're
You
doing,
just want to hold on until wait till I go.
and then
Address
it's
a few
like,
things. and
but
then-
we need X, Y, Z. It's like, oh yeah, we probably need that. Like,
Okay. I don't mind. I personally don't mind doing that. So
okay,
if you want to hold on to that 1 power until we find out what Ashi is doing. Okay, Ashi, go ahead. It's your downtime. You have 3
Okay.
power.
3 power. All right. So, one thing I'd like to do is inquire about the power cost for the boat.
1.
Just 1. Okay. Okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you can source a boat with 1 power.
For
It's
one.
not going to be. It's going to be a boat that gets you from A to Z.
Okay. So the first thing I actually would like to do is, okay. So what I'd like to do is see if there's some way for me to contact the crocodilians, directly.
That would be a discovery,
And
and
then there's also things I'd like to try to get for them. So that's 1 for the discovery.
yep. So yes, you
And
can
then
through connections you can find somebody who you'll talk to who will be able to give you a contact.
yes, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So so that's 1 contact with the crocodilians.
Yep. That'll go in your loadouts.
That'll go in my loadouts.
Yeah. So you have contact with the crocodilians.
Okay. Okay. And I'll just leave that on there. And look at that. I've got 1. Okay.
Actually,
Fantastic.
no, not. I'm sorry, not in your loadout. I'm sorry. That should be a story tag.
A story tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's a story tag because that you shouldn't have to spend another loadout to activate it. Or spend
Okay.
another power
Okay.
to activate it. Yeah.
So
So
how
no,
do
that's a story tag.
should I just burn it?
No, don't.
Here I go.
Oh, like get rid of something in loadout?
To remove something on the
Just
loadout.
delete it.
I gotta unlock the
Yeah,
thing. Okay,
yeah.
hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. That got it. All right, so story tag.
Yep.
All right, now is this a temporary tag or a permanent tag?
Uh,
Or
that's
neither?
that's going to be a temporary tag.
All right, so I got a contact with the crocodilians. Okay, fantastic. Now I'd like to um, use that contact to see if I can arrange um, uh, for safe transport through their territory.
Okay, that is going to require a roll. That's not
Okay.
yeah. So you can take actions in downtime. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be taking an action in downtime. So you're having your own little scene. Okay.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know.
That's where the line is drawn right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do I got to do?
Okay, we can just establish a scene where you're meeting with this guy. He is it's him and a couple toughs of his. Okay. Your contact has put you in contact with him. All right. And he
Okay.
and he is and he is his skin, like everywhere you see exposed skin, it's crocodile skin. Okay. And you can see that it's been like surgically grafted onto his body. And his teeth
Okay.
are like filed, all right? So that they're like he has teeth that are pointy. Um and he's something is strange about his eyes. They look like reptilian eyes. Okay? And
Okay.
he's speaking in Japanese, but it's like it's almost like he's holding something in his mouth while he's speaking. It's like it doesn't his mouth doesn't work quite like it should, you
Have
know?
you got a name for this guy?
He got his jaw modified.
Not yet, but we will.
Right. You want
Okay.
an Egyptian name or a Japanese name?
No, I still want a Japanese name.
Okay. Male or
Hibiki.
female?
Male.
Gigi? Doesn't
No,
sound like
Hibiki.
Hibiki. Hibiki?
Beaky.
Hibiki.
All right, let's just
Okay.
call him Hibiki.
All right. Cool.
Just imagine this really big guy. It's all scaled up and it looks so.
Yep.
He's
okay.
like,
Right.
hey, call me. Hey, Ricky.
Hibiki. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly like it
Hibiki?
is. Yep.
Hey, Beaky. Hey, Beak.
Hibiki. Yeah.
He signs out the kanji in the air with a clawed finger.
He's like his hands have regular nails on them, but like the backs of his hands have like the alligator skin grafted onto them, you know?
Mhm.
And it's like where the edges are, it's like all purplish and kind of freaky.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like, "You wanted to meet?"
Yes. Yes. I wanted to work on establishing an agreement between your people and mine
Why do
for
I
the
for what?
just transportation rights.
Transportation of what?
Well, it would be part of an ongoing business relationship, so whatever the relationship demanded.
We
So,
already have an agreement with the local gangs. Why do
right.
I need yours? Who are you?
Well, it's not that you need ours. It's frankly we need you.
Okay.
Well, the local group um, would not be willing to. We would have to piggyback on their agreement with you, and they wouldn't be willing to do that. So we thought we'd reach out and establish our own.
Okay. Well, I understand you want to do business. What's so
Precisely.
that's fine. What is your what are you going to transport and when?
Well, when would be as needed, and as to what we're transporting, I don't think it would be anything you weren't familiar with. Packages, you know, when all packed up, would be roughly the size of a barrel
100
or
million
barrels.
yen.
100 million yen. So you want 100 million yen, um, and we would like, you know, like transportation as needed, right?
Safety for
Uh,
whatever boat you've got crossing our
safety
territory.
for safety for
That's the
whatever
way I
boat.
look at it.
Okay, okay. And
Just
this protection, does this extend to external threats?
no.
Simply permission. We're
Yes.
paying for permission.
100 million yen.
Million yen. Okay.
For something as
All right.
broad as this, it's a bargain.
Bargain. Okay. Now, um, out of character, what does Asahi think about that kind of money?
What
So,
who? Who?
Like myself, Asahi,
Oh,
myself.
100 million yen is a lot of money. That's $1 million.
That 100 million yen is $1 million. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Is that out of is that high for an agreement such as this?
Yes.
you haven't found out the time span. Because you've implied the fact it's not a one-off. It's a long-term
Okay.
contract.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
that might be the counter where you say, I'm willing to play this for a one-off to see how things go.
Yeah. So you
Hmm.
you can't you cannot arbitrarily spend 100 million yen.
I didn't think I could.
No.
Yeah,
And
I didn't
actually
think so.
Yumiko probably can't arbitrarily spend 100 million yen.
Okay.
Unless she
Okay.
says it's for my wedding, in which case everybody's gonna lose
And
their
then
stuff.
in that case her grandmother's like, that's a little low.
Yeah, but like her dad has out a sword. Who is he?
Okay. So,
I mean, they only
I'll-
want that much for the wedding? No, not allowed. Dishonor.
so I say to him, "Thank you. Uh, that's very, very kind offer. But I think we would like to establish a more temporary agreement, at
Okay.
least initially, before spending that kind of money, which would be a wonderful deal. Um, uh, what about uh, like a limited number of passages, so we can just kind of, you know, feel out the business relationship before entering into something more long
I
term?
see. He says,
Say 3, 2, or 1.
how about um how about 1,000,000 yen per passage?
1,000,000 yen per passage.
$100,000 per passage.
Now, my first question to myself internally is, like, is $100,000 um something I can spend?
Not you.
Not me.
Not you. Yumiko maybe.
Yumiko, maybe.
She
Okay.
probably would still have to pass it by somebody.
Okay.
Think of
Okay.
it. Think of a yakuza. Think of yakuza. All right, as an actual corporate business.
Oh, we have to put in the proposal
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
submittal of resource usage
Yeah.
I see.
with
I see.
justification.
Yeah. So Yumiko is like. So if we do it in business terms, Yumiko is like a manager. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and her grandmother is like, on the board.
CIO.
Dad CEO.
Okay. So 10 grand,
Not 10
right?
grand. Not 10 grand.
You said 1,000,000 yen,
100
right?
grand.
100 grand.
Oh, that's 10 million yen.
Well,
Okay,
a million
10 million yen
technically
then. 10
be
million
about
yen.
Jeez.
$6,000.
Fucking
We're not.
ridiculous.
I'm just doing a blanket. I'm not going by
Okay.
actual
Okay.
Like,
actual
it's a big
exchange
guy.
rates.
Sorry.
He likes to eat, so he's throwing out big numbers.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
I love your little cat there, Bruce, who's just looking at you like, what the heck are you doing?
Okay. Um. So I'll turn to Yumiko and I'll ask her. Say
Well, she's not there.
she's not. She's not there. Okay. Um.
Yes, you could
So this
text
guy's
her.
waiting. He's like, it's what's going to cost you.
That's what it's going to cost you. Alrighty then. Just give me a moment, would you? And so I want to clear this with corporate,
Okay.
basically. Okay. So I'm going to contact Yumiko and I'm going to say I can purchase us, safe travel, um, for um, uh, 10 million yen.
I think in character, if it's not an
Oh.
audio message, she probably does laugh. And if it's text, she probably has a recording of her laughing or an emoji.
Does that come with the boat and protection from the creatures in the water as well? Does it come with a signed agreement saying that they'll assist us with they'll assist us with the extraction and they won't double cross us? Or is this just for passage? Oh.
So I turn back to the guy and I say, this will include, um, protection from prismatic jellyfish and an escort, um, from like during our time in your territory, and like all the things that Rachel, like, that Yumiko came back with. Okay.
A snitching clause. No
Yeah,
snitching.
a snitching clause, and yeah, okay, yeah, yes, this. So and then I name those things off. and I look back at the guy and I say, like questioning.
And he's like, and he already told you. He says, he's like, that's just passage.
Hmm.
You'll be on a you will be. We will not accost you as you go through our territory.
Um.
You will not become dinner.
Well, if
Had crocodile sashimi served that night.
I tell him, for this amount of money, um, we're gonna need these other things. Passages isn't gonna be enough.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna have to make me a roll.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
So yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay, this is gonna be it.
Yeah.
We're gonna add a limit. All right.
Okay.
Okay. And so this is a tracked outcome.
Okay. Tracked outcome. Got it.
Okay, for some reason my Forge just died on me. It's a tracked outcome. What tags are you using?
I don't really think any of my tags actually apply to this. Looking at them,
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think that they do. Um, I mean,
Okay.
like, honestly, the one that would apply the most would be excellent physical condition, and that doesn't apply at all. So it's like, I don't know. Would you disagree?
I don't disagree. Um,
Okay.
so so when you're rolling without any tags,
Mm-hmm.
okay. When you're rolling without any tags, you're assumed you're rolling +0. But if you
Right.
succeed, especially on a tracked outcome, you're assumed to have at least a power of 1. So you're gonna roll without any modifier, but then you need power, right, to spend on the effects for a tracked outcome. It's called
Okay.
the minimum rule. So you get at least 1 power if you succeed.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Is that it? I can execute now?
Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really. I really don't think that there's anything I can
Yep.
do unless you
You're
unless you wanted
haggling.
to include the cost I spent to make the contact in the first place. No, I don't think there was anything.
No.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, look
10.
at that.
All right.
Hey.
Okay. All right. So you get a 10, which
All
means
right.
that so you can give him a status, okay, against
Okay.
one of his, and it'll be against one of his limits. So limits are like, what level status do you have to get to in order to get the effect that you want? So, for instance, if you're trying to kill someone, all right, with a gun or
Mm-hmm.
anything, you want to hurt you want to hurt them and some number. So like if it's a big burly dude, it's like hurt 6, right? If it's like if you're trying to crush, like a small animal or something, that'd be, not that anyone would do that, and we don't want that to happen. But
Yeah, like a jellyfish,
right, hurt,
normal size.
that might be hurt 2. All right. So you have 1 point to put on to this. So you're haggling. So like I would
Mm-hmm.
assume that you would be like, this would be like convince 1.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he
Mm-hmm.
has now as a status of convince 1. All right.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
can actually use that status on your next roll.
Okay. I
Okay.
see.
So he's like, I don't know. How about if you go through our territory and we will keep you safe from anybody else who wants to accost you. We'll make sure they stay away from you. Okay? Same
Okay. And this
price, same price,
same price.
but we're not doing anything about those goddamn jellyfish.
You're not doing anything about the jellyfish.
No, those things are a pain in the ass.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're doing it purposely, but the me is reminding you you're purposely not saying that. No, I'm not gonna snitch. That implies the fact you are gonna snitch.
Huh?
So for
Oh,
the
he's like,
for
oh, the
snitching,
non-disclosure agreement.
yeah,
The
for snitching,
non-disclosure agreement.
I don't know if you're purposely saying that you're not gonna snitch, but if you're saying that you're not gonna snitch, you're saying you are gonna snitch.
Oh, well, he's what he's doing is he's rebutting your offer. He's
Okay.
saying,
I
"Look,
understand.
we'll give you safe passage. We won't accost you, and we'll make sure nobody else accosts you either. But we're not touching the jellyfish."
And well, there's a non-disclosure agreement. That's my rebuttal to him.
He's
There's
like,
a
come on,
non-disclosure
I'm trying to
agreement.
make some money on the side. Snitching's good money. That's why I brought it up. Out of game.
Mm.
Is he? Yeah. So
He's
non-disclosure.
So what am
probably
I?
thinking
What am
about
I
it.
supposed to? So let me ask you this: what am I supposed to do if those other yakuza boys down there who don't like you find out that this happened? You think I'm just going to roll over for you?
Oh, I don't expect that you would roll over for the you could just, I don't know, you could get creative. You could just say it's Yakuza this, but this is
He's like,
Yakuza
it's
business.
like, do I look like a creative individual?
Just say it was Yakuza that told you to do it. You don't know the difference.
I don't want to get on their bad side. I know you're part of a family too, but you're not here. Your family's not here. You don't.
Well, then we'll have to act with as much discretion as possible.
All right, give me another roll.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, same thing, but now you can use their status, the crocodilian status. I'll put a status up here. You can use.
Okay.
Okay. Which is convinced. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Why did that work that way? Oh, here it is. Okay, so that's actually convinced one. It's actually a status.
Okay.
You can use that status against them because you're already starting to they're starting to see you do business together.
So this is still a tracked outcome.
Still a tracked outcome.
Okay. Other tags.
You didn't have any before, so you wouldn't
I
have
didn't
any
have
now.
any before. Yeah.
But now
There we
you get
go.
to add that, so you're actually at a +1.
All right. Waiting for approval.
7, 8.
That's an 8.
That's a success.
Okay.
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 So the success is he agrees to
He
the
agrees to the non-disclosure agreement.
Yes.
Yes.
So
But
he's going to agree to that, but he's going to put one of his guys on your boat.
is he?
He is.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because he's like, I don't know, maybe there's some funny games going on here. He's like, I'm trusting you on this. And
Oh.
so
Okay.
he
Great.
moves, he says, deposit the money in this account. And he digitally sends you a thing,
Okay.
account number.
I take the account number and I send it over in a in a purchase order form off to
Would have a purchase order form.
off
I mean,
off
we
of
probably
Yaku
have
Yumeko, requiring only her signature.
we probably have an app at this point.
You probably do,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so you get the request in Yumiko that for 10 million yen to be deposited into this nondescript bank account number. I mean, you've been talking to Ashi, so you know exactly what it's supposed to be for.
Okay. I'm fine with this. Did the contract get sent along with it, with his signature?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. I'm going to give my signature, but it's not going to be the approval signature because I have to send it. I send it directly to Grandma. Did I?
She's
I
gonna
know CEO.
she's
I
gonna
catch them.
she's gonna
Hey,
go
neighbor.
around. That's the speed way of getting your fund appropriation done when it's on a job that the CEO doesn't know about.
Well, no, she's not the CEO,
Apparently, Dad
right?
didn't know about it, so I
Yeah.
have to go straight to the board.
Yep.
Sounds like she's like the COO and in charge of the board.
Like the board and the owner.
So what I want to know next downtime is I want to know how Ashy feels about all this bureaucratic nonsense that has to happen in the family because it definitely goes against his identity.
After he gets out of the meeting, he might go drinking,
He might.
possibly crying, or
Okay.
stabbing
All
somebody.
right, so your
So
downtime is done.
well. Okay. So I've got what I've gotten out of this is the contact with the crocodilians. Okay, but also we've
Sick.
got the one-time pass for the
Yep.
crocodilians, right?
Yep, and they're going to put a guy on your boat.
Okay.
It's okay. All we have to do is tape his mouth shut, and he won't be able to open it.
Okay. So this is also a temporary tag. Okay. Um, and
for
you're
7.
saying that like the third one is a guy on the boat?
No.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was 3. Is it not? Do you have one more power left?
Yeah, I do have one more power left. I was gonna save that until after uh Genki and
Okay.
Yumeko had an
All right,
opportunity.
well
to do it.
everybody's got one left then.
Yeah.
I wanted to just do a quick time check. It is 5:06.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Oh,
point.
okay. All right.
Yes.
Yep. So let's do this then. Let's finish the downtime because everybody's got to spend just one, and then we'll finish, and then we'll be done. Okay.
So
Okay.
we've all probably immersively said what we've been doing. I haven't really been doing that much, mostly relaxing. I asked the group as a whole, does anybody know how to drive a boat? Question mark.
I mean, boats have steering wheels.
What? Like it's hard? You just.
I don't
move
think
it
it's
It's
in.
like
yeah. It's like
there's like a triple dot from Genki. Does anybody know how to drive a boat effectively in a firefight so you don't sink, get killed by jellyfish, or flip it? Question mark.
I can't
My
say that I
apologies
do.
for not being descriptive.
Well, I
No.
mean, that's a fair point. What do you suggest?
Hey Joe, out of game is can we matrix, like I know how to drive a boat for combat situations?
You can get get that as a loadout. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I know what I'm paying my last loadout on.
Yeah. So
I
loadout,
probably-
combat
Boat
driving,
piloting,
piloting.
since it's a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not a tag that goes in your loadout. All right, and you
Okay.
will have to, like any other equipment, when you load in, you're going to have to unburn it to use it.
Okay, so I will. Ugh. Well then, that kind of SOL's the suit idea then, because I'll have to burn that to get load the suit onto it. Sounds
Oh,
like
so you have one you want to spend on your suit. Okay.
well, so I
think
could
we're
look like a
gonna
guard.
I think we're gonna have one more rest because before this, we also because even though we're prepping to go onto the prison, we still don't know if the guy's actually on the prison. Like
I
we're
mean,
assuming.
yeah, you guys remember, you've got, I mean, I guess you could go straight to the prison if you would like to, but you have a bunch of other leads that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
may give you good information about what to expect.
Yeah.
Or give you more background about Threadwell or the gem cutter, stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you
So
don't even
you don't have to like if there's like you don't if there's stuff you know you're gonna get, you'll probably have downtime later on to get it.
maybe.
Is that
Okay.
It depends. It depends on the flow of the game. So, like I wouldn't do a downtime if like the next day we're going to do this. I would,
right. You're gonna bring up the next one naturally.
yeah.
I think
Okay.
the next scene is probably gonna be shaking down the box guy, the boxer for
Yeah.
What's
That
give us the
I'm
map?
done.
Okay.
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 So yeah,
And,
so you don't have to. You may not have to be forced into a corner just yet.
No. One of the things of the game is some of the upgrades that you can get are to your loadout or to special, like you get special things which allows you to get more points to load in. Okay, so like you get 1 point to load in plus any that you save from your downtime. Okay, so for each one of those, you get to burn a tag or unburn a tag on your loadout. Make sense?
yes, sir.
So if you spend them all doing research in between, then you're going to have one loadout point, right? Or
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the trade-off.
yeah. So there are special like upgrades and abilities that you can get as you advance your characters that allows you more load in points. Like instead of having one load in point, maybe you automatically get 3 load in points.
Gotcha.
You know?
So that's
one
my
way
3.
to work around Genki having to do the download was because I was going to use mine to find a stealth boat. Because we still don't have a boat.
That's
We
true.
have
We don't.
passage, but we do not have a boat. Could I use my point to find a stealth boat with an AI driver that is set up to deal with?
Okay,
Oh, that.
so like a speedboat or something is what I would say. But then remember, each equipment has those modifying tags. So a
Right.
modifying tag would be like stealth, AI, onboard AI. Each
That'd
one
be
of
3
those,
tags.
yes, that would be
Because
3
it'd be boat,
tags. Yeah.
stealth, self-driving, Night Rider if it was a boat.
Equipment in this game is surprisingly stingy.
I
Okay.
was gonna say crunch.
It's not crunchy.
Shadow.
It's not crunchy. It's surprisingly stingy, is what it is. So, but remember, once you put something on your loadout, it's always there until you can always.
And you can just spend a point to bring it back.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's not like you lose access to it, but you have to. But you just can't take everything with you.
I mean, it would make sense, I think, that if Rachel, if you want to go with the boat, just pick the boat.
I'll go with a boat then. I
All
go
right,
with
then.
a
Speedboat. Yep.
Then we can build on that later if we have the resources.
Yep.
yeah.
We will buy black spray paint.
All right, Bruce. So what are you going to use?
That was my 3. I did the research on what the guard uniform looks like. I had to use a prepare action to load it into the database for my suit, and then load
The suit
out.
itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then I think I'm going to go with
Unless I need a 4th one to put it, like, get the suit.
No, you already have the
Okay.
suit.
anything else I want to grab.
Maybe anti-venom in case we run into
Oh yeah, anti-jellyfish venom.
Anti-jelly.
like anti-venom for the jellyfish that might kill us or by dragging us down or by their poison.
Or jellyfish repellent buoys. Just
you know what?
shaking his head now.
Oh man.
Because we can't sell fake ones.
So
you know what I want,
Rachel,
Joe?
hold on a second.
Sorry.
Rachel, your dad and his lieutenant said nothing about venom.
That is true. That's outside knowledge. That's Rachel knowledge.
About the jellyfish?
Well,
Yep.
I know personally from living in Okinawa, dealing with box jellyfish. Any jellyfish could kill you with one sting. And I am applying box jellyfish logic to prism jellyfish.
If you wanted to get more information,
prismatic, not prison jellyfish. That's a different. I'm never going to jail if they have all that. What happens all day? I almost get stung all day in the water by a jellyfish.
All right, so Matt, what are you gonna spend that last one on?
I want to spend on the last one. I want to spend on I want an inmate list.
Oh,
for the prison.
Like a
okay.
current inmate list?
Like current inmates, that's right.
Be
Okay.
very creepy if there's just one inmate. The
Okay.
rest of them are all
That
dead.
would be, it's like, well, okay.
Okay.
And the rest of them are all dead people. You're
All
like,
right.
well, damn.
So you get this inmate list. All right.
Okay.
For the Scarin prison right now, there are only 20 inmates on it. The prison, you know, from the blueprints that Rachel's character Yumiko got, you know that it could house hundreds of
Yeah.
prisoners. There's
So
only
this is a black site, possibly.
there's only 20 prisoners on the list, and Marzak is not one of them on the list.
Wow. I guess we asked the boxer guy if he knows the 20 guys on the list. We're like, yeah, that guy got shipped. Oh, yeah, that guy got killed by the guards. Oh, yeah, that guy committed suicide.
Yeah.
All these throwbacks. They're all dead.
A cursory search of the list will tell you that these are all prisoners of small note. Nobody's like there is nobody famous, nobody like, no like super wanted guy or anything like that.
Okay. 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 Okay.
All right.
All
So
right.
last thing for downtime is load in. Unless you left points over, you get 1 point to unburn a tag on your loadout. And that'll be what you use for the next scene.
And just to clarify, to make sure I'm understanding this right, we burn out everything on the loadout, even
Yep.
if we didn't use it?
Even if you didn't
Mhm.
use it, everything should be burnt out.
So shouldn't
Okay.
everything be burnt out right now?
Everything
Yeah,
should be
everything
burnt.
should have been burnt out now.
And
then
the
if you,
combat piling is burnt out currently too for me.
this new stuff I don't think is burned out, right, Joe?
Well, we're ending the scene, so we're ending downtime, so wouldn't it burn the?
Everything should be burnt out.
Even
That's my
even
point.
my inmate list that I just got.
Well, that's not equipment.
Yeah, mine
That's
mine
just
pulls under
information.
equipment. Yours is, I guess, be a status or story tag.
We're only talking about things that are in loadout. Only equipment goes in loadout.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
Inmate list is not. So things that go in loadout are equipment or access. Like if you got like a badge that allows you access to an area, something like that.
Okay. Okay. So I put the inmate list as a story tag. That's
Yeah, you can put it as a story tag if you want. That's, you know, definitely that's something that you could use as a story tag.
okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
That
And so
actually
I
makes
just get
sense.
I get one. So I get to
Yep, you get to unburn something.
unburn
And
something.
we're going
Okay,
to talk
I'm
to the
sorry, I
boxer.
have another question.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna unburn my pistol.
sorry about the train.
It's all right. No big deal. Oh, is it still going?
Okay, it's done.
Yes. I'll
Um,
grab the other drum for mine if he's getting a pistol.
if when we have scene changes like we did earlier, we don't get more points to get a loadout, correct?
Nope.
But if we were to do a scene, this is a hypothetical where like we've had our downtime, then we go out to the boxer place, we do that, but then we go back to the house before we head to like to do the prison escape.
Are we
Would
gonna
there
end up burning everything that we just loaded out to see
Well,
the
let her
boxer and
let her finish.
back the thing?
Let her finish.
Yes, because I'm trying to figure out if we're not going directly from the boxing unit straight to the prison, would it even be reasonable for me to use my 1 point to bring out the speedboat if we might have another downtime?
No, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. There's downtime is based largely on the narrative pacing. Okay.
Okay.
So if you said as a group, if you're like, okay, we're gonna go visit this guy, and then as soon as we get information from him, we're gonna go straight, like, do the operation, then I would be like, okay, well then yeah, I would say there would be no downtime in between. But if you're like,
Mm.
okay, we're going to take that information, and then in the narrative of the game, if you're like, okay, we got to go do some other things, maybe we should research some stuff, take some time to figure this out, then yes, that would be downtime. Then I would say, okay, I agree, that's downtime.
At least I'm just thinking Yumiko would not want to go straight from the bar straight to doing a night mission. She's like, no, we need
it's
more
it's
information.
it's the MC's decision on when downtime happens, and the MC
Okay.
should do it when it's narratively
Applicable.
important to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So like if you said, "Hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, but we've got a lot of things to do to prepare for it." I'm going to be like, "Okay, so you guys going to take like what, a week or so to prepare for this mission?" Yes, I'd be like, "Okay, that sounds like downtime to me." Okay. If you said, "Oh, but I want to have scenes X, Y, and Z," I'd be like, "Okay, then let's do those scenes, no downtime." All right. And then I'd ask the question again, "Okay, what are we doing? Are you going to go ahead and are you going to prepare for this, or are you going straight to the op?" And you'd be like, "No, I
Okay.
think we're going to prepare for this." See how that, it's what makes logical sense in the narrative.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think the one of the problems becomes like the mechanic of downtime is that even though we've got a boat, even though we haven't used like even though we may not have done anything to use the boat, we still burn the boat if the next downtime comes around, assuming it's tracked as something that's
But
part of loadout.
burning doesn't, you don't lose access to the boat. All burning those tags mean
Mm-hmm.
is that when you load in, you have to choose what you're going to load in based on the resources that you have. Okay.
Gotcha.
So
And
it's not like you lose it. The only way you lose a loadout, something off your loadout list, is when the MC does it for consequences. Or if you do it because you're like, okay, we're never going to use this again, so I'm just going to lose it.
Right. Okay.
So,
Okay.
so the MC could say, "Hey, your boat now has a big hole in it, and it's at the bottom of the ocean. Now you take it off.
Then
Now
now
you
it
take it off
goes
your
off
list."
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 so with that knowledge, I'm not taking the speedboat. I am taking my pocket pistol.
Well, there you go. All right.
I'm not gonna load up the combat boating pilot thing because I won't.
Need it.
Yeah,
You won't need it right now because you're not expecting to do the op right now.
not in the boxing ring.
No. Okay, so with that, I think we're going to call today's game to a close. All right. Thanks everybody for playing. Hopefully we get our other two players with us next time. I think it's a good start. Also, I think we have a lot of rules questions. And I think it's everybody getting familiar with the game. We have played City of Mist before. It's similar, but not exactly the same. So there are little idiosyncrasies. I would, if you have time, I would suggest you go read the play chapter in the core rulebook if you have access to it. Other than that, we will start with the next scene, which I'm assuming is going to be you're going to go see this contact at the boxing ring.
Betty's venerable boxing.
Boxing. Yep. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks guys for playing, and whoever's watching out there, thank you for watching. And we'll see you again sometime.